We take great pride in what we've built here. The continuity, the culture, and there's no way around it. That culture has been damaged by this incident, and so you have to work to repair that. You have to find that vibe again every day.
You know who that is. That's Steve Kerr, head coach of the world champion Golden State Warriors. They're in position to defend their championship, and they're going to do it, apparently, Tom Haberstroh, they're going to do it with Draymond Green, who's back at practice today. This is the story we just can't get enough of because it will continue to evolve. Stroh, what happens now? That's the question I want to know. What happens now with Draymond and the Warriors?
That Steve Kerr clip reminds me of the fact that that guy got punched right before they broke the record for most wins in a season. Steve Kerr was punched in practice by Michael Jordan, and then they famously rattled off a 72-win season and won the championship. So you have to keep in mind all of the battles that Steve Kerr has been through in a basketball court, whether it's the Spurs, whether it's the Jailblazers, whether it's this Warriors team or the Bulls. All of that is informing his decision as a team to not suspend Draymond Green. And it shows a lot of trust here that they still have in Draymond, but more importantly, that Stephen Curry is worth 6 times his salary. He makes $48 million a year, but the calming presence and the ability to keep that locker room together, Stephen Curry is the most important person in this organization. It's not Steve Kerr, it's not Draymond, it's not Klay Thompson or Joe Lacob. Like, Stephen Curry keeping this team together is so important. The way he carries himself and keeps things calm, man, it is really impressive how they have been able to keep this pushing forward. And I will say this, I think the Warriors are going to threaten to win 70 games this year. I really do. You look at this roster, the additions that they have on this team, the young players, the rookies from last year getting another year of experience and seeing what the playoffs are like. We are going to see one team this year threaten to win 70 games because of all of the tanking we're going to see for Victor Wembanyama. Some team is going to take advantage of all of those teams tanking. Fair. And it could very well be the world champion Golden State Warriors that have already done that.
Stroh, that's fair. And Trotter, I'm going to pass it to you. I'll just say this. It's fair because I hadn't thought of it. Think about the major tankers. OKC, Western Conference, San Antonio, Western Conference, and Utah, Western Conference. So, the Warriors are going to play. It's not, hey, we play them twice a year and move on. You're going to be playing these teams that have no interest whatsoever in winning the game or even being competitive. So when you first said 70, I was taken aback, but you're right. Yeah, probably.
That was brilliant because Michael will tell you I'm a Warriors fan. I grew up in the Bay Area, used to attend Warriors games in the $5 nosebleed seats back in the day with Joe Barry Carroll. When you said 70, I immediately was like, ooh, really? But now that you explain it, it makes perfect sense to me that it could happen. Absolutely. But Tom, I want to ask you this. So I know this whole Draymond thing, as Michael said, we can't get enough of it. 2 things from me. Number one, if the video doesn't get out, I don't think this is the story that it is today. Video changes everything, whether it's Ray Rice, whether it's Kareem Hunt, whatever it may be, Donald Sterling on audio tape. Video or recordings change everything. But then there's a part of me that also wonders from the Warriors standpoint, if they can convert this into a positive from the standpoint that in many ways they have tried to get Draymond under control a little bit. They want that fire. They want that energy. But at times, as we know, he has gone a little too far. Does a situation like this where he now has to regain the trust of the locker room, the staff, the organization, help in terms of the Warriors being able to reel him in a little bit?
There are people that I've talked to around the league that while they sit back and say, oh my, did you see that video? After that marinates for a while, they start to realize, wait a minute, could this actually help them in the long run? And what I mean by that is remember when Draymond Green and Kevin Durant had that interaction, that spat in that Clippers game at the end, you know what happened after that? They won 13 of their next 14 games shortly after that altercation between Draymond and KD, which was nothing like this Jordan Poole situation, by the way. Apples and oranges, but I will say these conflicts surrounding Draymond Green in the long run, they do recover and they do in some ways get stronger as a unit. Now, Draymond Green can say all he wants, Jim, that the idea of this team and that altercation wasn't about the money, that Jordan Poole's chirping in the practice wasn't about the money. But let's be honest, we've been in those situations in our own workplaces. You don't even have to say it, right? You don't have to say it or verbalize it. This is a very high tense atmosphere when four players, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Jordan Poole, and Klay Thompson are up for extensions, and there's only so much money to go around. So I do think that if they get this past this point and do those extensions for the certain players, man, Draymond Green, those incentives align, because if Draymond Green doesn't get that extension, he is going to want to prove to the world that not only is he a great leader, but he also can still play. And that is in line with the Golden State Warriors trying to defend that championship.
You already mentioned, Kevin Durant and Draymond situation, and KD talked about it too. Said it's a little different. We got into a spat, and that happens all the time. He said, but a guy got punched in the face here. That's something that just doesn't happen in NBA practices often. But it just reminds me, when we look at Brooklyn, you got KD, you got Kyrie, you got Ben Simmons. That should have us saying, ooh, watch out for Brooklyn. We're not. I'm not. How about you? Do you look at Brooklyn now, restart, try to get Steve Nash fired, he's back. KD tried to get himself traded, he's back. Kyrie's back. What do you look at? What do you see when you look at Brooklyn?
A lot of injury questions. Look, Ben Simmons was away from the game from a really long time. We know KD's history with his injuries. We know Kyrie Irving has not been the most durable player. And then you have Ben Simmons, who had back surgery. That's a huge deal that I think is not being underlined enough. He was away from the game, dealing with the off-court stuff with the Philadelphia 76ers, but also underwent a back procedure. And so I don't think that people are talking about the health situation enough. We talk about the Brooklyn Nets as a hypothetical, and a lot of that has to do with Kyrie Irving removing himself from the team by not getting vaccinated, not being with the team at home. And I think a lot of the questions we have about the Brooklyn Nets, to me, are not about the fit. I think Ben Simmons fits perfectly with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. They need a defender who can guard 1 through 5. To me, the questions are about availability, and KD, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons' ability to play 82 games with each other. And I will say this, just a reminder to put a bow on that Warriors thing. Like, remember, OJ Mayo got punched by Tony Allen in a plane situation over a gambling debt that went awry. They went on to upset the 1-8 Spurs. They were the 8 seed, the Memphis Grizzlies, and went on to win over the Spurs when they were the number 1 seed. So, like, so many times, Kevin Durant's right. This doesn't happen, but when punches do happen, it isn't always breaking the team. And I think we're going to have that situation with the Warriors.
Okay, I think we have to. We're up against the clock, but I will say this: Jim Trotter, Tom Haberstroh. What Stroh's telling us, Trotter, we all need to have a fight, and this show will win an Emmy. Let's just go at. Let's just fight. Come on, let's go. And I love you both guys. Both of you. Both of you guys know I love you. Hey, we'll get over it. We'll fight. We're all bald. We can't pull each other's hair out. We just go out. We just knock each other upside the head.
I'm the old man. I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit.
I love it. Good to see you, Stro. I appreciate you.
Thank you, fellas. Always a good time.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.